I chose the seafood stew because I thought everybody would really enjoy making that. 6 ingredients. Look, we have
striped bass, scallops, and shrimp. Tomato, fennel, and garlic. So these are sort of classic
fresh ingredients.
Sort of like the flavors of bouillabaisse, but much, much simplified.
Oh, yeah.
But all the important ones.
And you will need a couple items from your pantry, like a good canned chicken stock, or from your freezer, and salt and pepper and a little olive oil.
If you wanted to, and you had fish stock, you could certainly use that, but you don't need to. So we have a chopped clove of garlic, and we just want to start sautéing that a little bit to release some of the aroma and the flavors.
Okay.
1 minced clove. And if you want to do this, it's 1 head of fennel.
And
you remove the fronds and save them because you want to use them for garnish later.
So
they're very flavorful.
Wash them.
Yeah.
And then you want them just sliced.
Cut it in half and then thinly slice it.
Okay, good. Okay.
You don't even need to remove the core if you don't want to.
Okay. But you can if it's too big.
Or if it's too hard, but guess what?
This is a nice fennel.
Right, and you're cooking it.
Right.
So it's going to soften, and why waste it if you don't have to? So those fennel fronds, you probably aren't going to use all of them for your soup, but you can save them, wrap them in damp towel, put them in salads.
Throw them into your stock pot if you're going to make some stock, yes.
And I have a large tomato. That's the other flavoring that we're going to add. If you want to just start cooking that, you can, because that needs to soften a little bit before you add your tomato.
So are we sweating them?
We are sweating them, yes. You use the whole fennel bulb, thinly sliced, because you want it to cook in the amount of time.
And we're not going to puree this or anything, so make it nice slices. I'm trying to get them to be uniform slices, all the same thickness, so that they will actually taste really pretty and look good.
Right. If you cut them too big, they're going to be hard and chunky, and you certainly don't want that. But these flavors are really great, sort of reminiscent of the south of France, which is really fun.
Oh, I was there this summer having the bouillabaisse at Take Two.
If you certainly don't need a lot of exotic ingredients in order to make delicious, delicious food.
I love that bouillabaisse, but this is fresh.
This is fresh.
Tasty.
It's very similar.
Good.
So we chop up the tomato as well.
Okay. Any salt and pepper?
Yes, of course. Always salt and pepper. I like to season all along the way. Here's some salt and pepper. You can add that.
Thank you.
Then as soon as that's softened just a little bit, we add our chopped tomato.
And this should take altogether how long?
About 15 minutes.
So do you think you could manage this for your family? Do you think? I think.
I mean,
but of course, you have to make sure that your supermarket has a really good fresh fish counter, right?
Yep.
Or go to your local fishmonger, because the ingredients are very important that they be fresh.
Especially when you have so few ingredients, you want them all to be really high quality.
Always.
Of course, always. That's what I meant.
Always.
So let that soften up a little bit, and when it does, you add 4 cups of stock. This is chicken stock.
Okay. Low sodium.
Low sodium, of course. We always use low sodium.
Low sodium, low fat.
Yeah. And then just let that come to a boil and just soften a little bit. And over here, we have one that has softened. That takes about 3 to 5 minutes. And to this one, we're going to add our fish and our seafood. So this is a ½ pound of diver scallops. The nice, big,
now, do you know why they're called diver scallops?
Would you tell me?
Well, because you have to put on that dry suit that I wore to Bette Midler's Halloween, and you have to go to Maine, and you have to dive off the back of a boat in February.
I'm going to do it.
And then you have to go down maybe 30 feet or so. And then you pick up the big scallop shell from the bottom. You dove for the scallops. That's why they're called diver scallops.
So 12 ounces of skinless striped bass cut into 1-inch pieces, and ½ pound of medium shrimp. You want everything sort of the same size.
I did that, by the way.
I know you did.
I dove.
And how many scallops did you get?
Oh, lots. Oh, they're cluttered on the bottom of the sea up there. And the fishermen, I said, why do you want to do this? Because it's so dangerous and cold. And they said, actually, it's a very nice job in Maine because there's no wind.
Really?
It's an even 40-degree temperature. And they just spend the time under the sea. It's just
you just want to cook this seafood until it's opaque, and that should only take about 3 minutes. Don't
3
overcook it.
minutes. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, so
here.
simple, and so fast.
It is. And look how good this looks, everybody. This is beautiful. Hot, crusty French bread.
A little bit of these fennel fronds to go over the top.
So this will serve at least 4 people nicely.
Oh, yeah. It's very,
That's for
very
you.
hearty. Thank you.
This is a very beautiful, beautiful recipe. And next